Hi everyone, and welcome back on the mat. My name is Renelle B, your yoga instructor, and today we're going to get started for our practice on our backs. So you can come all the way down and just start to draw your knees in towards the chest, hugging them nice and tightly. Maybe rocking side to side, massaging through the low back. And then when you're ready, release the feet back down on the mat. Draw the soles of the feet together as you draw your knees wide apart, creating a diamond-shaped position with the legs. And you can place your hands on your belly, stacking your palms one on top of the other. And then draw the shoulder blades behind the back, opening up through the center of the chest. And shut down the eyes here. Starting to allow yourself to ground down on the mat. Start to become aware of your body, how you're feeling this morning. Noticing how your body feels in this shape. Maybe scanning your body, noticing where you're holding tension in the body. Starting from the crown of your head, softening that area, softening the area of the temples, the area in between the eyes, relaxing the eyebrows and the forehead, softening the jaw, relaxing through the shoulders, soften through the chest, the belly and low back. And then getting into the glutes, soften the inner thighs and hips. Soften the knees, allow them to fall easily on either side of the mat. Relax the shins, the calves, the ankles, feet and toes. And start to melt deeper into the mat, deeper into a state of relaxation. And draw a bit more awareness onto your breath. Noticing how you're breathing this morning. Is the breath in the belly or mainly up in the chest? Are you breathing through the mouth or through the nose? Is your breath deep and long, or is it quick and shallow? And together we're going to start to deepen our breath through the nose. So inhale through the nose, expand your belly up towards the sky, filling up your entire belly, and you can imagine as though you were trying to blow up an air balloon in your abdominal space. And then allow the breath to move up the rib cage towards the chest and collarbone. See if you can hold the top, and exhaling slowly through the nose, soften the chest down first. And slowly release all the air from your belly. Exhale even more. Hold at the end of the breath before inhaling again through the nose, expanding the belly up, taking in lots of air, allowing that breath to move up the rib cage. Holding at the top of the breath. And then slowly exhaling through the nose, softening the body as you release the air from the chest and from the belly. Holding at the end of the exhale, and then continuing with this deep belly breath, filling your belly and chest, And then softening the body as you exhale. At this point, maybe you'd like to start drawing an intention for your practice today. And you can choose to dedicate your practice to someone or something you're trying to integrate more of in your life. Whatever it is that draws meaning to your practice today. Always infusing our intention with a heart-centered sentiment. So drawing upon more love in your life. And always asking yourself, how can you move through life incorporating more love in your daily actions? More love into your interactions with others. More love to yourself. And then we'll slowly start to bring movement back into the body once you have set your intention, starting with just shifting your head side to side and slowly massaging the crown of your head. And then drawing the knees back together again, using your hands as a support. And then separate your feet out nice and wide. Draw the knees in towards each other. Just resting here for a moment, decompressing through the hips. And slowly hug the knees in towards the chest once again. Hug them nice and tight. You can rock side to side once again if that helps. And then keep your left knee in towards your chest. Extend your right leg out straight in front of you, dropping your heel down to the mat. And hug that left knee in towards your chest. Start to draw nice big circles with your left knee moving in one direction. Waking up the hips here. Making sure that you're not creating tension in your shoulders and neck. Relaxing the upper body. And then reverse the direction of your circles, making these nice and big. And then slowly release that left heel down to the mat. Draw your right knee in towards the chest this time. Hug it in nice and tight. And then once again, draw those hip circles moving in one direction. And then switching sides, draw your circles in the other direction. Hug it in one more time, and then draw the left knee in as well. Hug both knees in towards the chest, and then from here we're going to extend our legs out towards the sky, and then you're going to open up your arms in a T-shaped position. It's a little difficult with my positioning, but ground down through the palms, ground down through the shoulders, and then start to draw your toes towards your face. So flexing your foot, sending the heels up towards the sky. And then from here, we're going to start drawing big circles with our feet. So draw the toes close towards the face, squeeze your core, and feel that engagement with your abdomen as you just slightly draw your toes closer towards the face. Move your feet over to the right, and then down to the bottom right corner of your mat. Swing the feet slowly and with control to the left corner of your mat, and then to the top left corner of your mat. Come back to center, squeezing towards the face, and then move to the right corner of your mat, to the bottom right corner of your mat. Swing the feet across, and then back up. Exhale, swing the feet down. Inhale, bring them back up. And so move along with your breath in these nice big circles with the feet, keeping your low back engaged into the ground. You can shut down the eyes and focus on your core engagement. Take one more breath in this direction. Next time your feet are up towards the face, switch sides. So now moving the feet to the left, right bottom, and top right corner. Always remembering to squeeze the feet towards the face when you arrive at the top. Keep going, take 2 more breaths. Last one. When your feet arrive at the top, bend the knees and hug them in towards your chest. Decompress through the core. Breathe nice and deeply. Soften the body. Lower the feet down. Make sure that your fingertips can touch the backs of your heels, so walking them in towards your glutes slightly. Separate your feet hip width apart, and then send the hips up towards the sky. Decompressing the hip flexors here. Draw the shoulders behind the back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lifting through the chest, and then send the hips a little bit higher. And when you're in your bridge pose, you always want to engage the inner thighs, so not drawing the knees in towards each other, but by engagement you can imagine as though you have a block in between your thighs, and you're squeezing this imaginary block. So your knees aren't actually drawing together, but that engagement is there. Send the hips a bit higher. Breathe deeply. Take one more breath. On your exhale, slowly release the hips back down to the mat. Hug the knees in towards the chest. This time, bend the knees and create a 90-degree angle, stacking your knees over the hips and drawing the ankles in alignment with the knees. Okay, so from here, interlace your hands behind the head and press your low back into the mat. Feel that core engagement. Lift the head and chest off the ground, keeping your gaze directly at the top of the ceiling or sky, and slightly press your head into your hands. So you want to make sure that your neck is nice and long and you're not creating any tension in the neck here. And by sending the head into your hands, you actually kind of lengthen the back of your neck and allow it to just rest. You're not drawing your chin in towards your chest. From here, press your low back even more into the ground and then send your right leg straight out, hovering the ankle an inch off the ground. Inhale, drop back in. Exhale, send the left ankle out. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, the right heel hovers. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, the left side. Inhale, bring it in. So keep moving with your own breath. Keep pressing your low back into the mat. Take 2 more breaths on each side. Last one. Release the head and shoulders down, hug the knees in towards the chest. Bring the hands behind the thighs. Start to rock and roll the length of your spine. And then balancing on your sits bones before rolling back. So just holding there for a moment and then roll back. And then come up. So we're going to keep going in this kind of a roll back, but you're going to hover your hands, so you're not going to be using your hands as a support behind the thighs. If you feel like you need to have your hands behind, that's totally fine. If you're just beginning and working on strengthening your core. But take 1 or 2 rolls without the hands, and you'll notice that the more that you squeeze your core, the better the roll will be, so it's not going to be choppy. The second your core gives out, you'll have that thunk in the low back. So keep your low back super engaged and your core super engaged. Roll back and roll back up. Do that one more time. Okay, now hover the hands, roll back. Keep the knees in and pull yourself up. Roll back as you exhale and then come back up. Keep going. Holding your boat pose for a moment before rolling back. Take 2 more rolls. Last one. And then cross the ankles, come into your tabletop position. And then slowly send the hips up for your first down dog of the day. I'm just adjusting my sage here. There's a lot of mosquitoes and I find it helps. So in your first down dog, pedal out the feet. Send the hips side to side. Move in a way that feels good in the body. And then find your down dog, drawing the belly to your upper thighs. And you can bend the knees to do this, and you'll notice that lengthening in the low back. And take 2 more breaths here in stillness, drawing the belly towards the upper thighs, lengthening the back. And then slowly walk to the front of the mat, folding over both legs when you arrive. Bend generously, relax the head. You can grab hold of opposite elbows, maybe sway side to side. Take a few more breaths here. And slowly bend the knees generously, drawing yourself up to stand, moving 1 vertebra at a time. When you arrive, stand nice and tall, reaching the crown of the head to the sky. Roll the shoulders back, palms face forward to the front of the room. Ground down through the feet. Feel your feet pressing deeply into the mat. All 4 corners of the feet are grounded down into the earth. And upon your next inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, swan dive the arms forward. Halfway lift as you inhale. Bring your hands to your shins, lengthening the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold deeper into the legs. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms back up overhead. Exhale, ground the hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive the arms forward. Halfway lift as you inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper into the legs. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Halfway lift as you inhale, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, ground down through the hands, step your right leg back, drop the right knee down and stay high on the fingertips here. Sending your chest forward, through the arms. And then send the hips back towards the right heel. Lift the left toes off the mat. Draw your right hip forward, left hip back. Fold a bit deeper into that left leg. Bend through the left knee. Curl your right toes under, pick up the back knee. Right hand stays to the mat, left hand lifts up. Draw your left shoulder blade back, twisting deeply. Start to draw circles with that left arm, moving in one direction. And then switch sides. Keep that left hip lifting so you're not dropping down in the hip. You're keeping that left hip nice and engaged. Keep that left hand up. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Step your left foot back. Hold your plank pose. Push the mat away from you, doming through the upper back. Engage your core, squeeze your glutes. Lower the hips down slightly. And then from plank or table, shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, curl the toes, down dog. Bend the knees generously. Look forward to the front of the mat and step to the front. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, swan dive the arms. Forward fold. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Inhale. Exhale, fold deeper into the legs. Ground down through the hands. Left leg steps back, dropping the left knee down. Staying high in the fingertips, sending the chest forward, aligning your left heel and knee. Breathe in, releasing through that left hip. Take one more breath. Exhale, send the hips back, hovering the right toes off the mat. Right toes point up towards the sky, breathing deeply here. Inhale, bend through the right knee. Curl your left toes under. This time, lift the left knee, right hand sweeps up. Send your right shoulder back. And then start to draw those circles with that right arm. Once again, keeping that right hip nice and engaged, lifted. Reverse the direction of your circles, moving in the opposite direction now. Reach that right arm up. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Step back into your plank pose and hold it here. Engage through the shoulders, pushing your hands into the mat. Engage your core. Drop the hips slightly, squeezing the glutes. Take one more breath. And then shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees generously. Look forward and step to the front of the mat. Fold over the legs. And then ground through the feet. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward over the legs. Halfway lift as you inhale, nice long flat back. Crown of the head pushes forward. Exhale, fold. Ground down through the hands, step your right leg back. This time crescent lunge as you inhale. Sweep the arms up. Bend generously through your left knee, stacking your knee and ankle. And then hold it here. Crescent lunge. Breathe deeply. Send more weight into that left knee, making sure that the knee is never surpassing the ankle and is stacked one on top of the other. Breathe here. Take one more breath. Exhale, shift the chest forward, reach the hands back. So we're loading up through our left thigh. Keep breathing. Hands come to your heart. Step into your left leg, send that right leg up. Warrior three. Making sure that your right toes are pointing down at the mat. This will help square off the hips. And then from here, lower the left hand down, sweep the right arm up, and then stack your right hip on top of the left, coming into your half moon. Engage your right foot, so by sending your right heel to the back of the mat and your toes towards the face, flexing your right foot. Lift that right leg higher, and then maybe hover your left hand, coming into that balance. Take two more breaths here. Lower the right hand down, drop the right foot down, and forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, come up to stand, drawing the right knee in towards your chest. Set up into your tree pose. The right foot comes to the left ankle, shin or inner thigh. Hands to heart center. Ground down through your left toes deeply. All four corners of your foot is engaged. And then maybe sweep the arms up overhead. You can move your arms if you'd like. You can shut down the eyes. Whatever you want to do to help yourself build a bit more balance in the body. Using your eyes and breath to help you stabilize as you gaze and find a position for your eyes to rest. And then I want you to engage your right hip by drawing your right knee out to the side, trying to get it in alignment with your left knee. Take 2 more breaths. And then slowly release the right knee towards the chest, grab hold of it. And then you're going to create a peace sign with your right hand, grab hold of your right big toe, and then send the right foot forward to the front of the mat. Now, it's okay if you have a bend through your right knee, that's totally fine, but just work on engaging that right leg straight. Holding it here. And then slowly draw your right leg out to the side. Once again, that bend in the knee is totally fine. Stand nice and tall, left leg is nice and straight. Left hand to your left hip. Take 2 more breaths here. Come back to center with that right foot. And then your right leg is at a certain height right now. Release the right hand to your foot and keep that right leg exactly where it is. Take 2 more breaths. Breathe deeply. Keep lifting that right leg. We're going to transition into our warrior 3 by sending that right leg back, sending your chest forward. Come back into that warrior, or sorry, that half moon. Right hand reaches up, stack the hips one on top of the other. And then lightly bend through your left knee, transitioning into your warrior 2. Open the arms out to the side. So your heels are in alignment. Bend deeply through that left knee, tracking your left knee towards the big pinky toe side of your foot. Reverse your warrior as you exhale. Inhale, come back to your warrior 2. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh, right hand sweeps to the front of the mat. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior 2. Lengthen that left leg. Draw your left hand to the front of the mat, and then the left hand comes to your shin, right hand sweeps up. Send that right shoulder back. Draw your hips to center. Take 1 more breath here. Bend through the left knee, warrior 2. Pivot your right toes out slightly to the right corner of your mat, and then lift the left toes to the sky as you send the hips towards the right hip. Track over to the left, right toes lift, and then track over to the right, left toes lift. Over to the left, and then over to the right, holding it there. Look where you're going, walk your hands to frame your left foot, step back into your plank pose, holding your plank here. Shift the heels over to the right, shift them back to center as you inhale. Exhale over to the left, inhale, come back to center. Shift the heels to the right, inhale, center, over to the left, inhale, center. Shift forward past the fingertips, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold your down dog, find your breath. Breathe deeply. Look forward to the front. Bend the knees, step or float to the front of the mat. folding when you arrive. Bend the knees, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive the arms forward. Halfway lift as you inhale, nice flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Ground down through the hands, step your left leg back. Separate track with the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Take 2 more breaths here. Keep sending weight into that right knee. 1 more breath. As you exhale, shift the chest forward, hands stretch back behind you. Look where you're going. Step into your right leg, coming into your warrior 3. Draw up your left hip slightly, making sure that your left toes point towards the mat. Take 1 more breath. Exhale it out. On the next inhale, come up to stand with the left knee in towards your chest. Open that left knee out to the side, coming into your tree pose. So left foot to the ankle, calf or inner thigh. Hands to heart center. Find your balance. Maybe shutting down the eyes, moving the hands if you'd like. Take 2 more breaths. And then slowly draw the left leg forward, peace finger with your hands, grab hold of your left big toe, send that left foot forward. Nice long spine. It's okay if your left knee is bent. Take a few breaths here, working on lengthening that left leg as straight as you can get it. And then with control, draw that left foot out to the side. Hold it here. Right hand can come to your right hip. Breathe deeply here. With control, send that left foot back to center. Keep it nice and high. Release that left hand support. Keep that left leg nice and high. Take 2 more breaths. Keep lifting that left foot higher. And then with control, send that left leg back, coming back into your warrior 3. Hands can come to the heart. With control now, open back up into your half moon. Right hand can come down. Stack your left hip on top of the right hip. Left hand sweeps up. Find your breath. Find a point of focus. Take 2 more breaths here. And then with control, bend through your standing leg, step your left foot back into your warrior 2. Sweep the arms open. Send your right knee forward, tracking the right knee to the baby toe side of your foot. Grounding down, reverse your warrior on the inhale. Exhale, come to your side angle. Right forearm comes down, left hand sweeps to the front of the mat. Send your hips to center. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two, holding it here. We're going to bend generously into our left knee, this time lifting the right toes off the mat. Once again, shifting side to side, maybe hovering your hands this time, keeping your hands to heart center. And shifting nice and low with the hips, not creating any sort of rainbow by lifting the hips up and over. You want to keep the hips nice and low at the same level. Shift over to the right and back to the left to hold. Walk the hands to frame the right foot. Pivot all 10 toes to the front of the mat. Step your right foot back, plank pose, holding it here. Push into the mat, dome through the upper back. Shift the hips over to the right, heels to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, the heels to the left. Inhale, center. Heels to the right. Inhale, center. Heels to the left. Inhale, center. Shift past the fingertips. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Find your breath. From here, bring your toes to touch. Sweep that left leg up. Dropping the left hip, draw your knee to your chest. Drop the left knee down, setting up for your pigeon pose. Relaxing through that left hip, through the left glute. This sage has been really good at deterring these mosquitoes. You can come down onto your forearms if you'd like. Releasing and relaxing, coming back and finding a nice long deep breath. Softening through the left hip. Relaxing the head and shoulders and neck. Take 3 more breaths here. On your next inhale, bring yourself back up to center, grounding down through the hands. And then shift your chest over to the right, ground down your left hand, bend through your right knee, and grab hold of your right foot with your right hand. Start to draw your right foot towards your chest. And then maybe if you're there, you'll draw the right foot in the crook of your right arm. From here, if you'd like, you can hover that left hand up, or maybe your left hand comes to the back of your head and interlaces with the right hand. If your hands are interlaced, be sure to draw that left shoulder back and lifting through the chest. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then slowly release the interlace of the hands. Bring your right hand down, drop the right foot, curl your right toes under, pick up the back knee, and send yourself back into that down dog. From here, bring the toes to touch once again. This time, sweep that left leg up. Bend your left knee and stack the hips open. Actually, what side did we just do? No. Sweep your right leg up, bend the knee and stack open the hips. Yeah. Draw the hips centered. Step your right knee forward, dropping it down to the mat. Coming into your pigeon pose on the other side. From here, you can lower the forearms down if they're not already, and relax the head, the chest, the shoulders. Decompress. Find that nice calming breath. Soften down. Relax the head and neck. Shake it out. Take 2 more breaths. Ground your right hand down. Shift your chest over to the left. And then once again, we're going to come up into our leg stretch. So you can bend through that left knee. Grab hold of your left foot. And maybe this is where you're hanging out. Maybe your left foot comes closer towards the chest and you're able to hook it in the crook of your left arm, and maybe this is where you hang out. Maybe your right hand lifts and grabs hold of the left hand, making sure that your right shoulder is opening up. Three. Wherever you're at, find your breath. And take 2 more breaths. With control, slowly release the left foot back down. Left hand comes down to the mat. Curl your left toes under. Pick up your left knee and step back into your down dog once again. Send the hips back. And then drop down onto your knees. And we're going to come into our child's pose. So what you're going to do is draw your knees together, toes together, send the hips back, reach the arms forward, and rest your forehead down on the mat. If your forehead doesn't comfortably come down, you can stack the hands one on top of the other and rest your forehead down on the hands. Find a nice decompression here in the low back. Find your breath. Maybe trying to lengthen your breath even more now. If you like, you can also reach your hands behind you towards your ankles. Shut down the eyes and resist the urge to move or fidget around here. Take 5 more long deep breaths here in your child's pose. Releasing through the low back and hips even more. Releasing through the shoulders and upper back. Experience a total decompression of the back. Child's pose is also a really beautiful way to decompress from the day at the end of the day when you're ready for bed. So holding this in mind the next time that you are setting yourself up in your bedtime routine. Take one more breath. And release it all out. One more time. Inhale deeply. And sigh out of the mouth. Slowly bring your hands to frame your face. If your hands have been behind you, and come up. Setting up for our final resting pose, you can choose to either come and lay in your Shavasana, or you can come to sit for a meditation. Whatever your body is calling you to do today, listening to it, and finding that space. Okay. If you're in your meditation, ground down through the sits bones, bring your hands onto your knees. Shut down the eyes and lengthen through the spine. If you're in your Shavasana pose, spread your feet out nice and wide, wider than your mat. And allow the feet to fall open. Hands come on either side of the body, palms facing up. Draw the shoulders behind the back, lifting through the chest. And allow yourself to melt into the ground. Decompressing and releasing. And wherever you're at, soften the body, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Allow the elbows to get heavy, hands to get heavy. Deepen and ground down through the hips, softening them simultaneously. Relax through the thighs, the knees and feet. And allow yourself to really root down into the earth. And find that internal awareness, drawing your awareness inside of your space, inside of your body, noticing the breath, And come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. So no longer controlling the breath with any deep belly breathing, and just noticing the natural rhythm of your breath now. Maybe noticing any differences from the beginning of class to how you're breathing now. Just making a mental note. And then let that go. And just be one with your breath. Noticing its natural ebb in and out. See if you can ground down and soften the body with every exhale even more. If you're in your Shavasana pose, slowly start to awaken the body once again, moving the fingers and toes, maybe shifting your head side to side, keeping the eyes closed as you do so, and then rolling over to one side in your fetal position, using your arm as a pillow and drawing your knees in towards your chest. And from here, I invite everybody to let go of one thing that no longer serves you, whether it be a reoccurring thought pattern, maybe a behavior that you're trying to kick out. Maybe it's an old memory that keeps drawing you forward. And with a loving heart center, bring that closer to your heart. Bring whatever it is that you're trying to release. And if nothing's coming forward to you, you can ask yourself, what is it that I no longer need? What no longer serves me? And just listen to your internal mind and see what comes forward first thing. And then draw that to your heart. Create an opening in your heart to bring it in. And take a moment to thank whatever this was, to come forward and to have brought some sort of lesson for you into your life. Maybe this is a lesson in self-love. Maybe it was a lesson in letting go. Maybe it's a lesson on time management. Whatever the case may be, create a loving space in your heart. Bring it forward and thank it. Bless it. And then with your next exhale, release it. You no longer need this. It's out of your body, out of your energetic sphere. And bring your hands together in front of your heart and bow your chin towards your chest. And cultivate more love in your heart, more gratitude for all the blessings that you have.